What's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Enyart with Grade 6, Module 5, Lesson 5. Let's get to it. All right, so Lesson 5 is all about combining what we already know about area into finding the area of composite figures, or figures made up of many shapes. So when you look at these three identical shapes, how can we cut them into smaller, easy to find the area of shapes? So the first one we can do by cutting horizontally. So if I were to cut a line here and here, then I've created three rectangles. I have created a rectangle right here, and then I've created two identical rectangles with the top right and the top left. And if I find the area of the three different rectangles and add them, I'll get the total area. So some things we need to recognize. Opposite sides of rectangles are equal. So not that we need this at the moment, but this is 2 meters because this is 2 meters. Same thing here and here. Now 9 meters represents the total here, and 4 meters represents the total of this side, which means this side is 4, making this green part 5. So this is 5 meters. And so the rectangle in this section is going to be a 7 times 5, or 35 meters squared. And then our ones up here are 2 times 4, which is 8 meters squared and 8 meters squared. And that's going to give us 16 plus the 35. And that's going to give us a total area of 51 meters squared. So the question is, are there other ways? Absolutely. How else can we cut this? Well, you could cut here and cut here, and that creates the long rectangles on these sides, the right and the left. I know it's terrible filling in, but you get the idea. And then the middle section is a smaller rectangle here. And again, we just use opposite sides to help us figure out. This is going to be 2 times 9, which is 18, which makes this 18, so 36. And then this is going to be, good question. So the bottom, the total is 7, right? What other information can we use to figure out this missing chunk that doesn't have a number? That's right, opposite sides. Okay, so we have an opposite side here from the 7 and an opposite side here from the 7. And that's 2 and that's 2, so this is 4 total, making this line 3 meters. And then we figured out on the last figure that the side going right here was the total of 9 minus this chunk of 4, which is 5 meters. So this is going to be a 15 meter square plus the other 36, still going to equal, that's right, 51 meters squared for a total area. So are there other ways? Sure. We could make the long rectangle on the left or the right and then do something like that. So we have a 2 by 4 up here, which is going to be 8, right? We have the 9 by 2 over here on the left, and I was using the same color as that. That's okay. The 9 by 2 is going to be 18 meters squared. And then, using what we learned on the other ones, this right here is going to be the 3 plus the 2 of the opposite side. So that's going to be 5 meters for the top line and the bottom line. And then the right side and the left side we found was also 5 meters. So that created a 25 meter squared square plus the 18 and 8 gives us, you got it, 51 meters squared. So it doesn't matter how we cut them up. If we do the math correctly, we'll get the same area because the area is the same. So give the problem set a go, see how you can cut it up and use the information that they give you in the question. Notice they give you FE would be from F to E. So F is a point, E is a point or a corner, and FE would be from point to point, that line. So this will be 12. So fill in information that you need, solve them, check back with the video. Go ahead and pause now. All right, so for question 1, we have a composite figure made up of 2 rectangles. You could have cut here, and you'll get the same result. I cut here. So the top section I know is 20 by 9. Don't really need any additional information. I have a length of 20, a width of 9. So 20 times 9 is 180, and that would just be units squared. But for this one, I need to figure out the length of this line, and this is its opposite. So D to C can be found by taking A to B and subtracting F to E. Okay, so the 20 minus the 12 will leave us the 8. So now I know that it's 12 times 8, and I figured out B to C even though I didn't need to. Unless you cut here, you would. And if you cut here, you would have done the 9 plus the 12 to find a total of 21. So 180 plus 96 is 276 units squared. For question 2, we are going to, I still cut it the same way. You can cut it this way if you'd like. But to find my missing side, which was E to D, that would be the combination of A to F. No, that would be taking the B to C minus the A to F, which would leave us 6.1. And to find my A to B would be to add F to E and D to C, which is 5.6 plus 1.9, giving us 7.5. So then I have 7.5 times 4.8 for this rectangle, which is 36, 6.1 times 1.9 for this rectangle, which is 11.59, or 11 and 59 hundredths. And when I add that together, I get 47 and 59 hundredths centimeters squared. And I know it's centimeters because it told me up here. And for number 3, I just cut it into 2 triangles here, not 3, because I can do base times height divided by 2, and that would give me this whole triangle, which is 198 meters squared. And that leaves me this obtuse triangle, which has a base of 3 and a height of 18 still. And then I divide that by 2, and that's going to give me 27. When I add 198 and 27, I get my area of 225 meters squared. For number 4, we have, it gave us you can do the square and then subtract these out. But since it's not drawn to scale, knowing that this is 18 and this is 3, it's hard to tell really what these are. Are these angles perfectly the same so that this and this are equal? I'm not sure. I can't say that because it's not drawn to scale. This might be longer than that, even though it looks the exact same, which, yes, 18 minus 3 is 15. 15 divided by 2 means these would be 7.5. But are they really perfectly cut in half? I don't know. So what I did is cut it into 2 triangles because I know this is 18 and I know the height is 12. So 18 times 12 times a half is 108. I also know this base is 3 and its height is 12. So I did 3 times 12 times a half and got 18. When you add 108 and 18, you get your area of 126 meters squared. For this one, we need to find the total area of the wall, which would be 12 length times 8 height, 96 square feet, and then subtract the windows and the door. The door would be 18 because of 3 times 6. The windows would be 4 apiece because of 2 times 2, so that's 8 and 18, which is 26. That's where the 26 came from, adding the windows and the doors area. So now I subtract my wall total and the doors and windows combined, and I get 70 feet squared. So if the paint costs a certain amount of money, but it only covers 30 square feet for each court, 2 courts only give me 60 square feet and would not cover my wall. So I'm going to end up having to buy 3 courts, and I will have some extra to either go over it lightly or to use on another project. And for the final question, we have to show this 2 different ways, and we know that we are only carpeting the bedroom and the living room, not the kitchen or bathroom. So way 1 is me combining the areas of the living room and the bedroom by doing 35 times 20 to get 700 feet squared and 25 times 15 to get 375 feet squared. Adding that together gives me 1,075 feet squared. Way 2 would be to take the total area of the entire floor and subtract the kitchen and the bathroom that is not being carpeted. The kitchen is 20 by 15, giving me 300 square feet, and the bathroom is 20 by 10, giving me 200 square feet. That gives me a total of 500 square feet not being carpeted. So I take the total, which is 1,575, found by doing 45 times 35, minus the 500, which represents the kitchen and the bathroom, and again, I get 1,075 square feet. Doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as you get the correct answer. Well, there you have it. Let me know if you have any questions. Message me on Schoology or comment on the video. See you later.